Hey everyone, this is September 20th. It's a Monday in 2010, and this is going to be video diary number one. I thought what I would do is I would, do a journal, basically, of, once a week, once every, at least once a week, of giving little updates on little things that I'm learning while I should probably put it in context. Basically, this whole thing is just going to be about exploring the comic I'm working on. And it's a personal comic. It's going to be an all ages comic. Basically, I've talked about it a little bit before on previous shows that I've done. And it's going to be an all ages comic that really focuses on a lot of the things that I liked when I grew up. Certain video game characters that I liked, especially cartoons and TV shows that I liked, gearing mostly towards like a Power Rangers type style, something like that. And I guess this would be video number one. I don't want to call it number zero, something that would happen definitely in the 90s. But what I'm going to do is just go around and talk about what's been going on that week, story developments, stuff like that. Once I come up with a title, I'll share it with you. And until then, I'm just going to keep calling it my comic project. Uh, it's not going to be a very rich or deep story, something that people are going to carry away with, going like, "Oh my goodness," like that taught me so much. Again, it's mostly just what I loved watching TV shows for, and what I liked about certain video game characters and stuff like that. The style. I'm going to be playing around with the style a little bit more simpler. Not so much heavy rendering or shadowing. Mostly just line weights and playing with the I'm gonna say voluptuous shapes, and what I mean by that is like a lot of if this was a shoulder, really getting in there and rounding forms out and letting the forms speak for themselves as opposed to shading it and rendering it out. I'll toss some color on there and stuff. So what I'm doing right now is I figured while I talk to you guys, so it wasn't just me scribbling for no good reason. I'm just gonna design some characters, and I mean, most of these probably won't even make it to the final or an approved version anyway. But I figured, these will take me further down the road, and I'm definitely going to be doing some online stuff to show you guys some character designs that I'll be going through there on Photoshop. But yeah, so I guess I gave you the premise basically of an idea of what I'm trying to get at with it. Kind of like giving back to what I really enjoyed about a lot of these stories and stuff like that when I was growing up. Um, a lot of the work that I do get from clients is, I don't want to say they're realistic or they're, I suppose, heavier in drama than what I'm going to be getting across. They mostly focus on, I want to say, adult themes or stuff like that, And what this project's going to let me do is really just forget all that. Just focus on getting a basic story of X amount of bad guys are doing whatever bad things by the big bad villain, and the heroes have to show up and save the day. Really thinking along the lines of like Kirby comics back in the day, Silver Age comics, the good stuff where the hero would come in, save the day. There'd be maybe a little moral lesson tied down deep in there, like a GI Joe type deal. Don't steal, don't make fun of people. Embrace your differences. All classic stuff that's been around forever. And I mean that's it. I won't have to dwell too heavily on the story. I won't have to add too many twists and stuff like that. To keep it interesting. What I want people to do is, in order to keep flipping the pages, is what they're seeing is really cool, and they're really digging what they're seeing. That's what I want to get across. But I mean, at the same time, I don't want the story to be so like monotonous and like paper thin that it's just ridiculous. And I know a lot of people confuse all ages with kids books, mostly because of the themes that they're talking about. But all ages, should mean exactly that. That whatever age you are, you should be able to enjoy it. And the things that I enjoyed when I was growing up were superheroes, and even if Power Rangers or Ninja Turtles weren't exactly superheroes, I guess I'd say Power Rangers were more than Ninja Turtles, but a hero, and they're doing super feats and they're doing amazing things that regular people can't do. That's what I'm classifying as a superhero story. And that's basically what I'm going to be doing with this. So, again, I just wanted to share it with you guys. And we'll get the next one up. I'll start talking about how I'm going to be writing the story, how I'm going to be doing it. Right now, actually, all I'm doing for the story, how to get things flowing, is doing little sketches like this while I let my mind just wander off and think. And then coming back and writing little notes on the side. And then what I'm going to do is take it and put it into a plotting stage where all that means for me is writing down how the story starts, how it ends, and what happens in the middle. What propels the characters to get there. And yeah, basically going from there. And then once I get those plotting done with some vague dialogue in between, I'll do thumbnails. I think we're all familiar with thumbnails. If not, basically something like this: thumbnail out pages, and do the storytelling that way. And then that would be basically my second draft, and then my final draft will be doing a final colored, really tight drawing. Oh, excuse me. So I'm still trying to figure out, like, find the style that I'm looking at for the characters. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I said in the beginning there, I'm really going to be influenced by Power Rangers and definitely the Ninja Turtles. Mostly Power Rangers in the style of the big villain shows up and the characters transform and they change how they look. And I don't want to go with a bicycle helmet, but at the same time, I really liked Mega Man when I was growing up. So something slick, something definitely helmets, something. I don't know if I want to go like biker helmet, but I think again, I'm gonna have to push around with some of this stuff, but I think no matter how far I go with this, it's all gonna end up coming back to looking motorcyclish. And I think as we go through this, we'll start to figure some stuff out together. And as well, I don't think I mentioned, I just keep talking and I forget what I'm actually saying sometimes, but what I want to do with this is it's going to serve a couple purposes. One, it'll be um, useful for me to go back and see what I was thinking of and what I was doing and the steps I was taking to see what I did that worked and see what I did that failed. As well as I know definitely when I do this story, they're going to be 24 pages. But I'm going to do about two or three and then release it in like a trade paperback style. But there's a really awesome website called Sugary Cereals, and a buddy of mine, Jersey Droz, let me know about that on Twitter, and I totally forgot about it. And basically, it's the catalyst that started, me thinking about doing something that I should really, just have fun with, And it's a really cool site. I definitely check that out. Again, that's Sugary Cereals. Sugary is spelt as you'd think it was spelt, and cereals is in like serial number, not CERSE is what you're looking for. And you can look at there for more information. I'm going to submit to them as well. And if the book doesn't get, if they don't like it, I mean, that's totally fine. I'm still going to publish this no matter what anyway, self-publish or whatever. And some of these videos I was thinking of doing in like an extended artist edition where I'm going to include sketches and like things like this that I'll throw in there for rough designs as the stages went on. Definitely going to be doing an audio commentary of when the book's done, just reading the book with you guys and going over what I was thinking of while I was doing all those little itty bitties and stuff like that. And finally, some of these videos I might just include somehow. Worry about that later in like a final edition, final package, But so yeah, I hope you guys get interested in this anyway. None of these videos here that I'm doing right now are going to actually conflict with the Scribbles with Jonathan show or anything like that. Everything's also going to still run like butter. This is just something that I'm going to update casually as I'm learning as well, and hopefully you guys get a little something out of it. And if not, at least hopefully you get a little entertainment out of it and you can see a little bit of my thinking process or somebody else's thinking process of how to do a comic book. So if you guys enjoy it, have fun, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next video. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Bye.